Okay, welcome everybody. Password attack GDR 30, and tonight we're going to play once again the Dark Eye. 27th session of that game. And last time we had lots of trouble with zombies. Well, that's what we know as gamers as zombies, but our characters kind of understood that they were undeads and they were chasing us. So we had to fight some of them to realize that they were protecting a house on a hill. You say, was that a hill?
Yeah, there's a small hill, and the bodies were lying in a circle around that house.
Yeah, so we wanted to meet that person. I just don't remember why we want to see him, but it might be an interesting place to go. That was much about it. You know, last time the undeads took most of our time because they were hard to fight and relentless. So that's where we are.
So, what do you see?
I see. Well, we've made a hole. Other than having made a hole into that field of bodies, I don't see much. You know, there's some smoke into the house, but I don't see if there's something that wait for us up to there.
So, what do you say, great leader?
I say we go for the house.
Well, we could split ourselves in two groups and kind of surprise that person who maybe have some of us hidden somewhere to make some surprise. Unless he already knows we're all there.
That is my thought. Chances are whoever is in that shack knows that we're already coming.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know much about magic myself, but someone had to animate the dead that was around here.
Chances are that they had some magic laid about to let them know when something is disturbed.
Then they probably have seen us anyway.
At least they saw us run away from the zombies that shambled out. They might not have seen us come back yet.
True.
Well, maybe they think we pissed our pants and got back into the woods.
We don't know.
And I don't think that's too far from the truth.
Tactical retreat.
At any rate, I don't feel that we should leave something of such evil.
Are you agree?
You don't just stumble upon this many bodies.
Yeah.
Yes, and Boron would be in our favor if we stop this.
Also, I would like to pose the question, where do so many humans come from? I mean, a third of these bodies were human.
Maybe all the latest expeditions that tried themselves here, maybe we're going to be the next ones.
That's a nice thought. So we made a hole and now we try to replace it. Brilliant.
Well, we manage ourselves quite well.
I wouldn't put it past those slavers that we ran into to supplying them with bodies.
Yeah. They probably get them.
Those lie here. They Brazorakorkai.
What does that mean?
They come back. Warriors come back from Tyrachelm.
Yes, where did the humans come from, Borkai?
I don't know.
I'm still guessing about the other expeditions that tried themselves. These bodies need a proper ceremony to free their soul, the gods. That's a pity.
That's not my my realm of expertise, but I would probably agree.
Well, I think we would probably need a priest of Boron, but I think they probably are hard to come by here.
I know, but well, if we could find a way to stop the one who made all this evil, at least they will rest a little more.
Well, then it's settled.
Wait, I load my crossbow again.
Yeah, I don't have any arrows anymore.
I wipe my sword from off on my jean or my pants and my jeans. It's like, wow, was denim even invented in the time this was based on?
Okay. Borkai will come to you.
You know arrow? Here, I give you 5 of mine. You make me 10. When find good wood.
Yeah, well, yeah, I can make you some. Well, thank you, my friend. It's much appreciated. I look at the arrows. Are there arrows that he bought in the city and that are quite well made, or
Well, they look different. They're not as high a quality as those you would have bought. The feathering isn't as smooth, and the arrow isn't as straight. But you would say they do their job.
they would do they may have the same range and damage.
Yeah, they have the same range, but they have 1 reduced damage.
Okay, d6 plus 3. Perfect. I will write that down.
I look at Borkai. I didn't know you were a bowman.
I have shortbow.
Ah, huh.
I think he prefers to be close combat.
I do.
But he hunted with me.
There's difference when hunting and fighting. Fighting, you stare in face of enemy. Feel blood flowing on your skin.
Yeah, well, you're happy to have someone in your back helping you a little by shooting.
Arrows are for war, not for personal combat.
Yeah. You know what? Before this expedition, I haven't killed anybody. Yeah, I have hunted animals, but that was for eating and trade. I never killed an orc before. So that's not my style to go face to face. If I have to, I will. I prefer to stay behind. Makes me feel a little better.
Well, if you want to go near to them, you would be stupid.
Yeah.
Only a dog gets close enough to bite.
Yeah, yeah. I don't desire that.
What time of day is it?
It's early evening, so the sun settles slowly and shadows are starting to get long.
Mm.
Do we want to do this at this time? It's going to be dark soon.
Well, I don't see us going much further away from here.
So I would rather have this done before nightfall.
Then let's get a move, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, I will lead the way to see if there is any problems. I will try to see if there's tracks of something.
Okay. When going up, you can find a once you have gone through this path or the basically the barrier of bodies that was there before, you can find a path leading up to the house, where that's basically there because people have been going there often. So it's a patch where grass and other plants have been stamped out.
Back. Sorry.
No problems. Yeah. From what I saw from the house, does it look like an old build?
It looks like an old wooden shack. The wood seems to be partially blackened. You can see now that you're closer that there's a couple of barrels outside against the wall.
I wonder where does he buy that? Okay, so we're near, how much near are we?
Now you're up to 20 meters. You have maybe still 5 foot, maybe 1 meter of height to get to the top of the hill.
Okay.
And then you are right next to the house.
Are there any bodies nearby where we're at?
Except for the circle that you can see better from here now, you don't see any new ones here. You hear soft, occasionally coughing from the house.
Coughing?
And coughing.
Yeah, someone that took a cold or has been infected by some bacteria from the bodies below.
Maybe they haven't seen us yet. Let's get a move on.
Yeah, so well, are quite near. What approach do we take from here? Who's going first now? I don't think I want to face that person. I don't think I will be ready to negotiate with him.
It would be nice if someone could sneak up to the window and take a look in, quietly, without being seen.
Okay. I'm good at hiding. I have 10. Sorry, out of character. My character doesn't say that.
Yeah.
Okay, I will try that. My heart is pounding because there's too much dead around, but I have to do it. Then I will try to sneak up to the window, try to see what's going on.
Then do a sneak check.
A sneak?
Or stealth, I'm not sure how.
There is a sneak and I rolled a 20. Well, then, maybe
Yeah.
with a 20, maybe I'm okay with a 20. Yeah, I think it will be okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I have 1 point left, even with 20.
Okay, so you sneak up. From what you can see on this side, the shack seems to be without windows.
Okay.
As you get closer, you can hear the coughing and you hear soft, something like hissing, a hissing noise.
Yeah, okay.
And foot, you hear someone moving about, and once you hear the sound of metal on metal, you would say.
Okay.
Now that as you're close enough to see into the cracks or in between the wood,
Yeah.
and inside you see white nebula, and or rather you see nebula and greenish light that can be seen.
Oh, yeah, that's out of my field. That's all I can see.
The smoke makes it hard to see inside, so you only see schemes. There might be something in the middle of the house standing there, but you can't quite make it out.
And the greenish light, does it look like natural?
Well, it's
It's a green light.
yeah.
No. Yeah, yeah. I don't
You
think
don't-
it's natural, but maybe.
You don't see any flames. That's what you're asking.
Yeah.
But as I said, the you can't see very far into the hut
Okay.
because the smoke is so dense.
Okay. I wait another minute trying to listen.
Yeah. What you can hear is again someone moving about. You see some whirls in the smoke, and once someone walks by your track, a dark figure from either it's someone in a pelt, or it's an orc from the black fur you can see.
Okay. I sneak back to the group. Do I have to make a roll for that?
No.
And I come back to the group. Well, the guy in here, whether he's wearing a pelt or he's an orc, and when I arrived, I guess he was making something to boil. I heard a hissing sound like boiling water into a, I don't remember the word, but the kettle. And yeah, but I couldn't see much, and there was that green light. I don't know from what it was coming from, and it was very smoky inside.
Was there only the one person?
It felt like he was alone. I can't say much about that.
So,
Borkai, what do you know of this type of person? What do you think we might be up against?
I think this Tyrach, priest, shaman, they not many. Even
Well,
biggest tribe, only 2 or 3. And then the only one is priest, other are getting teach.
Well, we can just set fire to it.
that's your job. But
bar the door and set a fire, huh? Not the best way to go, but hey,
It's better than being cursed.
yeah.
Well, what is your choice? What would you prefer us to do?
I like your idea.
well, let's get ready to shoot at someone running out from that house.
How many windows were there?
From the wall I watched, there was no windows.
I ask, did you see the door? Could I possibly sneak up there and maybe bar the door from the other side?
I can
I
bar
was-
the door. I'm worried about them jumping out the windows.
I haven't saw any windows or any doors from the side I was.
Mm-hmm.
How big is this hut shack?
Yeah.
You would say it's about 5 times 10 meters.
It's quite a big shack. Okay. What do we do?
Well, we have to find the door. We have to find a way inside.
Do you have an elven power that protects you from magic?
Yes, I was also thinking of casting a wall of force in front of the door so that they can't get out the door.
I sigh and it's like, okay. Huh.
Well, whatever it is we do, we should do it quickly.
Yeah, because the sun is setting down. We may have difficulty moving fast around that place.
And the longer we wait, the more chance the guy has to notice us.
Well, let's move and find the front. We could have coverage over the windows. Position people so that they're covering the windows.
We could encircle the house. Where enough people.
Very
Yeah,
true.
we'll do that. Well, I tried to find where there could be a window, and I set myself an arrow ready if there's a window.
As you encircle the house, you can see that there is actually no windows, but there is one large door, though it is not really a door. It's there's a, what is it? A tapestry?
A flap, like a door flap.
There's some cloth hanging down to block the entrance, and you could see smoke coming from out of there.
I forgot what that's actually called. There's a name for it, but using just like a flap for a door.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about that build. Does it seem human built?
You would say this could be done by humans, but it does not look like the orcish buildings you saw in the forest with the spiders.
Okay, and there's a chimney on the top.
It's more like a it's basically just seemingly a hole in the ceiling.
Okay, well, typical from that time period. Okay, I'm ready to shoot at the tapestry.
I cast Fortifex in front of the hole.
Mm-hmm. Do your show.
Should have had my thing open. And let's see, 15, 11, 7. $11 and 7. Okay, so I make it.
Okay.
I have to use both my points, but I make it.
So, you feel the energy leaving you, and if I'm not mistaken, you don't see anything happening.
Yeah, it's an invisible 2x2 meter wall.
So I'm saying, did it work?
Yes.
Okay.
So.
Anticlimactic.
It might just choke them out in there too. if that's about the only way the smoke.
Harsh joke.
Does anyone else have torches and whatnot?
Detrot will move forward and start to use iron and what's it called?
Flint.
iron flint, yeah, on the wall, um, and then starts to move around. So now he makes this tuk, 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 tuk noise, and you can hear something from inside. And those who stand on the front side of the house can see that the flap of the house just goes a bit forward, and then something then goes back inside, and someone gives a deep-voiced moan of pain.
Okay. I'm wondering if he rammed into the wall, the magic you've made.
Now, you see again a patch of the flap moving outside, and someone this tapestry moving sideways, as if someone inside touches something in front of him, like a pantomime.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe we could talk to Okay, so
Do
no.
I understand what he said, or is it not Nolark?
You can do a language check, I would say.
Okay, I think I have 3 in Nolark. Or, yeah. So. 9, 9, and 18.
Okay.
Language is... No, I didn't make it.
Okay. Yeah, you would say it's some curses, but you're not quite sure.
Get the fire started.
Yeah. The one side is already a bit smoldering, and Detrod is throwing the flint and the stone around to someone behind the house. Sorry, behind the house. And you feel, or rather, first you see that a bone is coming out of the between the flaps, and you feel again someone trying to do something against this wall. And you would have to roll again to see if you can keep it standing.
Okay.
I motion for the nearest guy with a ranged weapon to come in front of the house.
Maybe me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and probably Uksh will also come closer.
Yeah.
But we'll keep to the side, so once someone steps out of the house, he's on. They can't see him.
I make it with 1 point left over.
Okay. Yeah, you have the feeling that the wall flickers a bit, and the bone goes through a bit, and then the person that was there gets knocked back again. Now you hear rustling inside, and again something metal screeching on something other metal. the coughing takes a bit up. And from the way it sounds, you would say that the person that's coughing is not the one that talked at the door.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was afraid of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one side of the building slowly goes up in flames, and you can now hear the cracking of the wood. The smoke intensifies, and you can hear someone on the other side starting to bang against the wall.
Okay. Is it my side or well? Am I nearer than Oops from this side? Or?
Yeah, you're near.
Okay. I'm taking position to just
Yeah.
in case he goes through the wall.
Yeah, what you can see is that there seemingly comes an axe blade through the side.
I, point over towards where the axe blade sound is coming from if I don't see it, and
Yeah.
lead our resident archers over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready to shoot if there's some flesh coming out too.
Yeah. Uksh also starts to come over. After a while, you hear the ripping of some of the wood planks, and you can see a third arm starting to pull away at this side of the hut.
I'm waiting to see more to be sure to hit something.
I move over to that side with the rest of them.
Help!
Okay. We actually I signal for us to approach carefully. I like say approach, or something of the sort, and we'll come there and we'll go over there and see what's going on.
Okay. Yeah. What you basically see is that over the next 2 or 3 minutes, this person rips apart the side of the wall, just large enough so that she could come through. Basically, in that time, you can do whatever it is you want.
I run up there and pull her out. I'm not going to sacrifice anyone else for this.
Is it the furry arm?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the one. Who's...
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
But you can hear some screams, or rather muffled screams, also coming from inside, that you would say are Garithi.
Okay.
Oh.
Fire. I tell him to fire the arrow.
Or
Okay.
if you pulled the arm, if you just grabbed the arm and pulled them out, that might just pull them out prone on the ground, and everyone can hack away.
Well, I'm waiting to see what's going on because I don't want to shoot to someone who wants to physically get there.
Okay, well, actually I go and I attempt to pull them out. I'm not the strongest person here, though, so...
Okay.
Maybe Kondar
yeah,
could go with you.
As you look through the crack in the wall, you can see some yellow eyes next to or behind the walls. Now that it sees you grabbing an axe next to it, still it has one arm out. Do an unarmed attack.
Okay.
If you want to grab its arm.
Black dice. 13. Okay, I went over.
Okay. So you slip away on the fur that seems to be somewhat wet, and don't get to grab him while he pulls away his arm again. And he tries to get the axe at you, though because the hole is still too small, he has not much of a chance, or not high of a chance, and he doesn't hit you.
Okay.
Though you could try to grab the axe.
Okay, I'll try to do that. Is that another unarmed attack?
Yeah.
Okay. 7. That'll hit.
Okay. Then do a strength test.
Okay.
Okay. If you make it at all, you should have it.
9.
Yeah,
So,
you have it. Yeah, so you grab the handle of the axe and pull it out.
All right.
Seems to be a kind of a stone axe.
Okay. I jump around the corner as fast as I can and say fire. Or
And
shoot.
I fire. And I hit.
Okay.
I do 7 points of damage.
Oh! Yeah, right next to you, while you fire your bow, you hear a cracking sound.
Mm-hmm.
Angrosh.
And after you fired and look to Ux, you can see that the sinew of his crossbow has risen, has cracked and is flipped to the side.
Oh.
So much for dwarven technology.
Yeah, did you hit?
Yeah, and I did 7 points of damage.
Okay, so you hear a scream of pain, and the black arm goes back into the hut.
Okay. I take out my saber and I, try and thrust through the hole next chance I get.
Okay. Yeah. So you stand there, and from what you can hear inside, again there's rustling, and then suddenly inside it becomes very bright.
Oh.
And you can see a green flame coming out of the hole in the ceiling, going up in the sky. Maybe the flame is maybe 10 meters high, but only for a very short period.
Like a signal flare.
And also the smoke seems to be somewhat consumed by this, so you can see a bit more clearly now what's inside.
All right.
And what you can see is that there's a table in front of a fireplace in the middle of the hut. And on this table there seems to be a person tied down.
Okay, do they look injured or can I tell?
Their feet are to you, and you would say the leg at least is hurt.
All right. Okay.
Also, you can see the black-furred person next to the fireplace and having a small jar in its hand, and always grabbing in and putting some of that jar into the fire. Okay. And again, it makes a huge flame.
Okay,
How long is an action?
An action is about 3 seconds.
Okay, so my wall's probably gone down by now.
Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't know, but I position myself to shoot in the house. I want to shoot him
Okay, so you go next to Marbio.
Yeah.
Um, though only one of you can look inside at the time.
All right, I quickly get out of his way.
Well, you see me coming, and with my eyes open to get it, try to get it as precise as I can get. I will make a roll. 10. I hit.
Okay. Yeah, you hit him as he puts another bit of that. What's it? Pulver.
Powder?
Verdammt. Powder. Yeah, powder. Of that powder into the flame.
Yeah.
And another green flame comes up, and he screams in pain. Do damage.
7.
Okay, so you can see that you shot him clean through the joint of his arm, and he goes to the side and grabs it. And you can see him retreating deeper into the cavern, to the side that is burning.
I'm gonna go towards the front of the cabin, and test to see if the wall's still there.
Okay. Yeah. As you put your saber against the flap, you can move freely. It seems.
Say, Condor, come with me.
Okay. I'm going in.
Okay, if he goes in, I thought we're going in.
Yeah, Kandar is following
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
I stay near the hole to shoot again when you say I can shoot.
Yeah. Yeah. As you have readied your next arrow, you can see that Marbio, followed by Maven and Condor, are coming through the flap, and the on the other side of the hut, the orc grabs something from a shelf that's standing there, and then first looks at the table, has now a dagger from which something is dripping in his hand.
Oh, yeah, well, maybe we'll drop it. I try to shoot the hand. If I
Okay.
can.
I'm going to cast Lightning Finds You.
Okay. Yeah. You have the initiative, I would say. So.
Yeah, well. So I roll. Okay. Oh no, I'm shooting the wall beside him.
Okay. So.
Yeah.
And the arrow goes into the burning wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do your spell. What does Marbio do?
Since Condor's in here, he could probably pull the melee thing. So I just try dragging the table out.
Okay. Yeah. From what you can see, the person is. It seems like a human, with the head hanging over the table at the front, and there's a smoke pot under his face that's slowly smoking in his face.
I knocked the smoke pot away first.
Okay.
Okay, so my spell works. I use 2 of my points, so I have 1 left over.
Okay, so it's at first it looks like he wants to go at the one on the table with his dagger, but then he looks around, somewhat panicked, moves him back and forth, and then uses the dagger on himself.
Oh. Doesn't sound good.
Yeah. while you rustle around with the table and try to get it to the door, the orc sinks to the ground and falls over.
Okay, well, since I now have a little more time, I think I have a little more time. I decide just to cut the vines if I can.
Yeah.
I said, Condor, his head.
At your command.
And he grabs the hair of the orc and pulls the head up and chops it off. Now, what you can see in the flames behind Kondar is that there is a shelf in which you can see various herbs that were apparently dried and hung up there.
That will burn well.
Yeah, and from what you can see, there's also a bit of poppy. So once that burns, maybe you don't want to get out of the house.
Is there any herbs that I recognize?
You can do, because this is a bit under duress, you can do or have to do a plant lore check.
Yeah, that's a failure.
Okay, by how much?
Let's see. I used 2 for that. Well, maybe it's not. Well, how much? What was my minus on it?
There's no minus.
Oh, okay.
It's
I thought I
just
had minus.
you have to do a check because the house is on fire and everything.
Oh, okay. I thought I had to do a minus. Then I passed. Then I have 4 points left.
Okay. There's a couple of things you don't recognize, but you can see a bit of a bushel of dried whirlweed, so for healing and wound binding and so on. You can see gulmon, which is kind of it's something that a very basic herb that is used against illnesses. You can see shoren bulb, which is the underground part of a shrub that is used for making poisons and is highly illegal. And you can see mandragora, which I don't know. In German, it's also Alraune, if that's saying anything. So it's a root that vaguely looks like a man.
Oh, it's mandrake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another poison. So, if I
no,
have,
it's also a basic ingredient for most every alchemistical potion.
okay. Well, I'm gonna. How bad is the flames right now?
Well, you would say it's already has gone to the shelf, and you would have the danger of injuring yourself, but you probably could get 1 or 2 of the herbs.
Well, I'll grab the whirlwheat and the other one, the one for illness.
Okay. Then do a agility check.
Agility. Oh. Agility is 10. Oh, I rolled a 19.
Okay. Then give yourself 1d6 of fire damage.
You want me to roll, or
Yeah. I don't have a d6 right now at hand.
Okay.
I'm not well prepared.
I rolled a 1.
Ah.
Not too bad.
Yeah. Wait.
So I reach up and try to grab the.
Okay.
whirlweed
So you
and
just
the other one.
singed your arm a bit. And blackened your robe a bit.
Was I able to pull the herbs out?
Yeah. You have now 3 leaves of, or maybe even more. You have you have 13 leaves of dried gulmond, and 8 leaves of dried woolweed.
Well, I'll make more paste out of those.
Is the table out of the?
Well, now you have the table at the door, but the problem is the table is larger than the door. But as I understood, Marbio was hacking at the straps, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically after you have done the first strap, you could pull the person out of the strapping. So.
Okay, I do that.
Help! So let's get out of here.
Yeah, the fire is grabbing rapidly. You can hear that something in the shelf is starting to make some piping noises. I don't know if that's the right word. Like a kettle.
Oh, okay.
And after you get out, you can hear something not really exploding, but apparently a jar bursts in the flames and spews something about. And once you're out, the hut becomes a rub of the flames.
Yeah, I think we should avoid getting near to smell those funny things burning inside.
Yeah, as you watch the fire, you can also see that there's various colors of flames emerging here and now. At one point or another, the smoke becomes much more dark and black.
Okay.
I try and I go get Mavon and say, tend to this guy. I think he needs some medical attention. Is what I'm trying to say.
Should we get away from this area first?
I would say we get as fast away as possible, as long as we have light. Also, who knows who saw that light from him?
Yes, I have a feeling that was a flare of some sort. Signal.
Oh, yeah?
Perhaps we should get into the forest.
Yeah, okay, let's go.
Okay, I try to
help
open...
support him, though,
yeah.
the person.
Yeah, Konda will probably take him over the shoulder.
Okay, I ask Borkai to come with me to open the march, since he can see more in darkness than me.
Yeah, he runs up front, has his short bow loaded. And then the rest of you follow. And now we can go back to the D20, roll 20, I would say.
Okay.
Are you loading it up? Have you loaded it up yet?
Yeah. The
I
campaign
can
is
see
started.
it from here. Mavon has appeared.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You make it to the forest in maybe half an hour.
Yeah.
As you walk along, you have the feeling that something behind you is moving. Because before this you had the definite feeling that there's not much life going on in this area, that animals try to stay away from this place, but now you hear creaking and cracking in the woods or in the marsh behind you.
Yeah. Let's hurry. I don't like this. Oh no.
All right. Well, I just, we just start moving, or I just start,
Yeah.
going as fast as I can.
Once you are in the woods, you have maybe another half an hour of light. So you could go deeper into the woods or into the high grass.
I'll go. The high grass is in an open field, isn't it?
Yeah, that's basically these between the hill here, or it's a hill, and the woods.
I'd prefer
Alright.
to be in the woods. It's more.
Yeah.
We can have visual contact with each other easily in the wood, and we can hide better. I think.
Okay. The woods it is.
Okay, so you move a bit up north, northeast, and give you a bit more to see, though there isn't really much more to see. Okay. So at some point, you can't really see any much further without lighting any torches. So if you want to keep moving, you would have to do that, or you have to do camp.
I won't camp here. It's too near.
If there's creaking and cracking in the forest, chances are they're still following us.
Well, the creaking and the cracking was mostly in the marshlands.
Oh, okay.
You haven't heard that for, by now, maybe 30 minutes.
Well, I think we should still travel a little ways farther. They might have just fallen behind.
Let's light up a torch and let's travel for about just a little bit further.
I don't have any more torches, by the way.
Did I have any in that pack I sent you of the stuff that I wanted?
Wait. Did you send it to me by Facebook or? No, I don't have you on Facebook.
I think email.
Okay. Wait. But. Wait. Let's say you have 1d6 torches left.
Okay.
And you still have 3, so enough for tonight. But after that, you will probably have to think about getting some new ones.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll light up a torch then.
Okay. So you move a bit further down. If you occasionally check, you will find that the guy that Kondar is carrying now sometimes he Uksh also carries him occasionally. Is fast asleep, it seems.
I do what I can to try to treat some of his wounds while he's being carried.
Well, that's probably not very possible, but you can at least diagnose him. From what you can see is that apparently he has broken foot, you would say. And it seems like he has blood poisoning from the black veins that go up his leg.
Oh, I think I need to treat this.
All right. I do a listen check. Let me see where
Okay.
my perception is. I make it. Anything, unusual? Any unusual noises or stuff?
Well, there you do hear something, but from what you imagine, that sounds rather good because here you can hear animals. You can hear some birds that sing in the sunset. You hear some insects buzzing around. You can also see some trails or rather markings on trees where some animals left scratch marks.
Okay.
And you don't hear any low moaning.
Okay. No offhand groans for brains or anything.
Nope.
Okay. Okay, we could set camp here.
Yeah, I
Or
think
at least
enough
stop for a moment.
distance for night.
At least stop for a moment to help me treat this man.
Yeah, absolutely. So I
Well-
set the camp, I check around what is available and how we can set up the camp.
Okay. Yeah, do a survival check.
Survival, just want to find out. Okay, it's there. Yeah, I have one success.
Okay. So you find a nice clearing so that you can have some space between your camp and the site in the direction of the hut, so that
Yeah.
if anything comes, you have at least the chance of seeing it before it's upon you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Halmar that had poison? Was skilled in treating poison, pulling poison?
I'm good at that, but I'm busy right now.
I have seen something, but the poisons I treat are mostly fish. You know, or anything that lives in sea.
So I remember someone was treating me for poison wounds when we
Was
were in the
me.
shack from the
I
spiders.
believe that was Gruff who was
Ah.
sucking the poison out of you.
Well, I guess I can interrupt what I'm doing and try to do something.
Well, at the point where you are, where the treating happens, that is basically when you are at the, when you have already found the place for the camp. So
So I can try?
yeah.
Oh, 4 success.
Okay. So yeah, from what you've heard, for treating this is that you definitely need to open the veins to get this spoiled blood out of him. So you make an incision and clear away that stuff.
I help clean it out as best as I
Yeah.
can, and also treat his wounds with the whirlwheat.
At first, the blood that comes out seems very dark in the light of the torches. Once you start to clean it more and more, the blood that comes out is starting to get more red. Now someone needs to make a treat wounds check, because basically you just opened a major artery, and even though this might be better, it might still kill him.
I assist the treat wound You're good at that, Maven?
Yeah, I can handle that.
How can we assist in the Dark Eye?
I would say basically you can do the same check, and whatever you have as leftover points goes to a pool.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
there's no leftover point I missed.
Okay.
Well, I had 8 points left over.
Okay. So you tell basically Gruff where to push, but somehow Gruff gets a bit distracted by the amount of blood that comes out.
Yeah.
And he loses a bit more blood than he needed to have. But in the end, you can make a bandage around the neck, about the leg. That's very tight, but and you might need to make it less tight later, just to keep the blood flow to the foot going, or you have to take the leg off.
Yeah, I'll keep close watch on him and handle all of his treatments. I also use the whirl wheat that I took from the shack to treat him.
Okay. Yeah, as you treat his wounds, you can see that his eyes flutter open, and he looks at you, and you have the feeling that he looks at you like at someone he remembers from somewhere.
I try to think if I can remember where I've seen him at.
Okay, you can do a cleverness check, maybe.
Okay. Just a straight roll on cleverness?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I pass with 3.
Okay.
Not 3 under.
You're pretty sure if you had seen that nose before, you would have remembered. So, or rather these features. His quite remarkable face, you would say, because it's very round, and still the features like the nose and the eyes seem to be very delicate. So you're pretty sure you have not seen him.
Okay, so I haven't seen him before, though.
What are you doing here?
Pulling you out of a burning building.
They will kill someone for that, you know. You have to go back.
Why? What were
They
you
will
doing?
They will kill someone. You have to go back.
Kill who?
One of the others.
You were the only person there.
In the camp. The mine. Go back.
Where is the mine?
Go back quickly.
We can't. It's night.
I'm dead anyway. Go.
You're not dead, you're talking.
You're not dead. I've treated you well.
Since when do you talk so funny?
I don't believe we've met.
We've known each other for years, though.
Oh,
Is that
yes.
so?
So what is his name?
You didn't have the ears, though.
I've always had these ears.
And he drifts into sleep.
Delirious.
That is disturbing what he was talking about a camp.
In a mine. Maybe there's some slaves working in a mine. That's a fast guess, but what?
Fair enough. I mean, it does sound what he was talking about. Though there is no more shaman to go kill more slaves, so.
But there might be guards at the camp.
Oh,
I'm
yes, but I was just meaning I don't think what he's worried about is a problem anymore.
I'm worried by something else. That shaman killed himself with a dagger with something on it. It felt like he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, he didn't want to be taken captive.
Or he was a coward. No,
coward who didn't
Iraq
want to
priests
be
no
taken
fear
captive.
death. Their lord is god of not life.
Yeah, well, maybe it was just some part of a dark magic that made him more powerful.
Uh,
Well, he would have to do it headlessly, since Kondar took his head.
Yeah,
Well, I did leave it there, though. But I've never seen someone come up without a head.
Well, if someone can, then I give it to them that they probably take that one.
yes, if he was coming up as an undead anyway, then he probably wouldn't. He probably wouldn't be able to see without his head. So.
Well, and he was in a burning building, so
Yeah, so he's probably charcoal by now.
yeah, sure, but I don't think I will sleep well tonight.
well, what do you say? Double watch?
I think I can take that.
Okay. Always two people.
Me and Bukai.
I take the middle.
I could take watch too if you want an extra. If you want an extra sentry, it's a little more sleep for somebody anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Even though the night becomes, you become quite twitchy, probably, because the forest is not silent.
Yeah.
Though no one shambles on your forest clearing, and you can not see fires in the distance or something like that. So the night still you manage to get a few hours of sleep.
Yeah.
And can regenerate if you've lost anything.
Didn't.
Let's see. I think I took some damage. No, I'm on 20. I'm still 26, apparently. So that's only 2 points of damage. Huh. I came out of there relatively unscathed. Huh.
I haven't lost anything since the start of this campaign.
Oh, yeah. That's the good thing about being in the second row.
Yeah.
So I gained back 2 points of vitality and 8 points of astral energy.
Not bad.
All right. So just roll 1d6 for vitality.
Wait, how do you get 8 back?
Isn't it 6 plus 1, or is it just 6?
No, it's just 6.
Okay, then I gained 7 back because I got
Okay.
made the extra point, the extra roll.
Okay. So I'm at full now.
Yeah. From what you can, or when you get daylight again, and you check your patient, you can see that apparently he's feverish, and he's currently. Wait, I have to translate that. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure if this is the right translation, but he has the chills.
A fever?
Yeah, he's got
Yeah,
fevers and has the chills.
very, very strong fever. So you start to vibrate basically,
Ah, he's got the shakes.
or the shakes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I try to do something about it too. It's a wound or it's a disease?
Well, it's actually more disease. Yeah.
Okay, I'll try treat disease. And I think I succeed. Yeah, one success.
Okay. So basically, what you're trying to do is get the fever low, the temperature of him lower.
Yeah, try a
And
roll. Yeah.
pack him into wet bandages. So, what do you want to do? Do you take the leg off?
Not as long as I can. Not as long as I can salvage it. I loosen the tourniquet on his leg to try to let the blood flow through.
You know, I've seen such wounds in my time as in the army. Doesn't end well.
Well, I'll do what I can to allow him to keep it.
Well,
I'd better have someone on his two legs. Two.
yeah, we probably couldn't carry him anyway. So either he comes through or we bury him.
Well, I will use magic to heal him before that happens.
That's your choice. So, why doesn't?
I'll continue treating him with those whirlweeds that I got, plus that other.
Okay. So you change basically the bandages with and press another fresh leaf.
Yeah.
On the wound.
Plus that other disease-treating herb that I.
Yeah, that's Gulmond, and you basically make a tea of it.
Okay.
Wait, how many leaves did I give you?
It
13,
was
I think, right?
13.
Yeah. Just quick look. Gulmond. Okay, you need 5 leaves for or 5 dried leaves for a tea. And that basically, okay, yeah. From what you know, that at most you should take 3 of those teas per day. Otherwise, it's not healthy either.
Okay. I'll go ahead and brew him up some tea.
Yeah.
Lift his head up and help him to drink some of it.
I try to get some breakfast for everyone.
Okay. You can do a hunting check if you want.
Yeah.
And while you feed him the tea, his eyes come to life again. Why do you have so much hair?
Why do I have so much hair? Oh, I let it grow out for a while. Here, drink your tea.
But you don't have any. And he sleeps again.
I have hair. I stroke my long black hair.
Okay. Yeah, you can find a couple of rabbits to shoot.
Perfect.
and and you can actually salvage both arrows.
Well, what do you mean?
I mean, even though you use 2 arrows, you don't have to subtract them.
That's good because I have only 2 arrows left. The
Yeah.
3 others that the work guy gave me burned.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm bringing back rabbits and begin to work on pelting them and getting the best meat pieces out of them to cook them over a fire.
Plitik will come when you have them,
Yeah.
and she will get forth a bowl from her from her belongings.
Okay.
You need to drink blood when still warm.
Well, I'll let you do that.
And she will basically let them bleed out into the bowl. And after she's finished, she will offer you, "You hunter, you first."
Okay. It's been a couple of weeks since we're together. You never saw me drink blood. Why today?
I think I never chance. You always not when I'm there.
Okay. I'm the one who like eggs. So you're trusting me into drinking that? My mother always said to me, "You have to treat that. We can make good sausages out of that blood, but we don't have the means to do them right now. Maybe if we can cook it a little with some salt, but not fresh like that."
But warms in blood. No need for cooking.
I don't want to be sick.
Then, if you don't mind, I take.
Oh, take all that you want, I don't know. I haven't watched everything you like to eat, so take all the blood. I prefer the meat in the forest like that. If I was into a city, they bring the blood to a butcher for him to make me good sausages out of it. I just don't remember the name in English for that sausages, the blood
Just
sausage.
blood sausage, yeah.
Okay, because in French there's a funny name. It's called boudin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, in German it's also just blood sausage.
Okay. I don't know what boudin means, but that's the blood sausage.
Yeah.
Where did the name come from? Yeah, but never mind.
Yeah. So she will go away and drink the blood, while she tries to find a spot where she can watch the sun.
Yeah. I'm watching her with one eye while I'm working on the rabbit, just to try to see what she's doing. I'm curious about her culture, and suddenly I realize that she's there.
She, seems like she's sprawling out in the sun, and occasionally sipping from the blood.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. As you make breakfast, and Maven treats the sick one. Yeah. So, what are our further plans? I mean,
Well, he was speaking of a mine where they're apparently killing people. I think they were sending people up to the shaman from the mine, or that's my guess anyway.
well, maybe he was of no use with that leg.
Yeah, This would make sense. The pain from a broken leg wouldn't necessarily matter to a corpse.
Mm. And
Who's going to
probably
join the rest of them out in the swamp?
yeah, and
I didn't-
probably the guy we found out in the forest yesterday was one of the maybe was from the mine too.
More than likely.
Well, he had the shackles, so the corpses didn't have any.
Well, I would assume they'd take the shackles off of the corpses before making them.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I think that.
Well, they have both something in common. They were humans, and that's the first one we encounter here.
Yeah, that
Plus-
is weird.
Plus, a lot of the corpses that were out in the swamp were humans.
Where
Yeah.
are they getting all these humans from?
A
I
mine.
mean,
They mine them.
No, but they have a camp. He talked about a camp yesterday. Our sick patient.
well, yeah, I think he was talking about where they were taken, not where they were gotten from. Does raiding towns near Fexcare really amount to this many slaves?
Well, I think
guess-
we're a bit deep into the Orklands, are we not?
Yeah, we're halfway
Yeah.
There's probably a village of slaves, and they're
through. Well, we found the slave drivers.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe they are the they bring them around. That could be.
Maybe they breed them.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like animals, and that's not that's no good. It's not honorable for humans and intelligent beings.
Well, it probably wouldn't be very cost efficient to breed them. They'd have to have a large area to contain
Well,
them all. Feed
If you
them.
ask me, if you have goblins, why breed humans? Much more dangerous.
Mm,
Even orcs must accept that.
Maybe they are under some kind of crazy beliefs in false gods, and they are afraid, so they. Well, it's my imagination.
Well, if it goes with that, you worship false gods.
Oh, yeah. Well, you were there when Fex blessed me. It was real
I saw nothing.
because it wasn't directed at you. It was directed at me.
When they start arguing and creating this cacophony, I pull out my flute and start playing music.
Felt good.
I just sit back and chuckle at them.
It's been a while since you've played anything.
Yes, I haven't felt like it. There's been this oppressive feeling with a lot of the things that we've encountered.
Yeah. Remember, if we ever need something to eat, well, I'm looking at the. It was Burkai who was arguing with me.
What?
Who was arguing with me? I wasn't sure. Uksh. I look at
Yeah.
Uksh. Well, the bone flute is a gift from Swafsnir. So if we are ever hungry, I think the flute may help us.
I still have it.
Never
Yeah.
trust something coming out of the water.
Better
I
than
trust
nothing.
Androsh.
Yeah, I know. I know that you have your God Creator. My mother told me about him. Yeah, while drinking a premium fire. But yeah, never mind. Let's listen to the flute and eat some
Yeah.
good rabbit. I think it's ready now. I'm looking at a piece of.
And while after you start breakfast, you can hear the sound of a horn in the distance. And I think that will be the cliffhanger for today.
What is?
Was it did it sound like a war horn or
Could be.
just a horn?
I look at Borkai just before finishing. Is it a sound you know?
We not make, but I know you Torvalds. You do.
Yeah, we do horns. Was it in
Well.
tune with the flute?
What?
Was it tuned with the flute?
No.
It wasn't the same scale, so it was dissonant. Well, I'm not a musician.
No, it also was just one sound.
Yeah. Oh, what will happen?
Ooh, something like that, I guess.
Yeah.
Dun dun.
Oh, that was a pretty interesting session.
Yeah. Lots of but okay. Lots of more. We have more questions than we have.
We'll have to wait for next time.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed yourself. If
Yeah.
you think anything is worth of improvement, please tell me.
Well, as I said, maybe we could have the character sheet, or maybe just the numbers we need to run the NPCs in combat, if it can help you.
Yeah. I will give you them, though just the shortened version, because on some of them you could see stuff that you're not supposed to see.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So that's why I waited for your. But in combat, for now, the one is trying to betray us. So I guess we can use them to fight with us.
Yeah.
At least that we know of.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if you saw that. I've found an app for the Dark Eye that can be used to program your character and make skill checks with button press.
Okay, but it's an app for Androids.
Yeah. So you would need either an Android phone or a tablet.
What's it called?
It's Roll Dice, I think, without space.
I will write it. It's Roll Dice. I have checked out it today. Roll Dice. It's written roll like role-playing game. And it seems quite interesting, but I don't have a tablet. I have an iPhone, but I use my portable computer to in the game.
Oh, you can do that?
Hmm?
You can use Android apps on your laptop?
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Oh, at some point you need to tell me how.
Yeah, I think you could do that with an Android emulator. See if they have one on Zophar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you find one, try to send it to me, because I tried to download it, and it simply said that I wasn't equipped with what was needed to run it. It's kind of not so sold, but we can get it on Google Play.
Okay, because the only thing I found to use Android apps was some complicated way using Google Chrome.
Okay, we can through Google Chrome we can do that.
Yeah, but that was something using some other unofficial thing to use a runtime environment inside Chrome, and you basically have to do a bunch of stuff yourself. And at least for now, I wasn't in the mood to try for that because I have a tablet.
Okay.
So.
Oh. Okay. Well, anything I look for, I would probably just look for emulators myself, and I
Yeah.
assume Android emulators aren't just plug and play like, say, a Super Nintendo emulator is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you found something, yeah, I'll try to install that and see how it goes. But for now, I'm getting a result quite fast. I'm quite okay with that, but I guess it won't be as fast as a naps that do it on a one push.
Well, some of the names are different here, but I think they're matching up. Like, there's wisdom, cleverness, or cleverness, wisdom.
Yeah. Wisdom and cleverness would be the same, yeah.
Okay, I guess the guy translated it from German directly.
Yeah. I don't think he used the English version of the game. He just translated it as best as he thought.
Okay.
Well, as long as I know what.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Any comments?
No.
If not, then I wish you a nice week.
Yeah, you
All
too,
right, you
and
too.
see you next week.
You have
See
a
you.
good, you have a good week too.
All right, you too. Bye bye.